Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where it is all about racing. I thought today what we'd talk about are commissioned race cars, what they are, and how to identify them from other cars you might have in your collection. And bear in mind, folks, all these cars that I'm talking about, every single one of the several that you see here are Spark model cars. And if there's one thing you'll notice about each one of these is they are distinctively different from any other Spark model car that you might have in your collection, unless of course you have some of these or others that I have not seen. All in all, it's taken me about 3 years to collect these, the latest one of which you have seen just recently, which is the one up here in the corner, the Luxembourg Porsche 911 RSR. So let's talk about what commissioned cars are and how they differ from other standard Spark cars. Now the Mazda car that you see here, the 787B, you're thinking, okay, Jesus, everybody has these cars. Spark makes these. I've got a Spark one. Or you may have one made by other manufacturers. But this was a particular series based on the Mazda rotary engine, what we know as the Wankel engine, and the Mazda rotary in long history. And if you look in the back of here, you can see the list of several, oh my gosh, there's got to be at least a dozen cars in this collection. I've seen a number of them for sale on eBay. I just acquired this one within the past 6 months. You can tell this is beat up to hell. This is one old car. But yes, it is a Spark. And if you notice, it's in this oversized packaging. It's nothing like you've ever seen. It's almost the size of a Porsche dealer collection car, which we're going to take a look at in a moment. But it's not. This was a car that was commissioned by Mazda for Spark to make it. And I suspect because they have specific numbers on these were put up for retail sale. But I'm not certain of that. So we're just going to go with that speculation for now. Now here's an early FAF Motorsports model, long before anybody knew who FAF was. And this was a car commissioned by FAF. And my gut feeling is this was to be given to VIPs, important customers, associated with FAF Motorsports. In fact, this one was given to me. So, that being said, and this looks like your standard Porsche dealership edition car, but it was my belief that this car was never intended for retail sale. And as you can see, it is very, very team specific. In fact, all these cars, when you look at them, they are team specific. They are not venue specific. And if you think of the cars that you have, and take a look at all the Spark cars in your collection, they're either one of the Le Mans collection, or they're from Spa, or they're from Nürburgring, or they're from Macau. They're all event and theme specific. These cars are all team specific. Now here's another that was intended for retail sales. This again is one of the FAF cars, and by now, FAF had a reputation. Their plaid car was well recognized in IMSA. And, this was race star condition. They have race conditions. Anyhow, they commissioned a whole bunch of these for sale. I don't know how many they produced, but you can still find them available on eBay. These were for sale at races. They were for sale on eBay. But again, this is a FAF model specific car. Now here's where you get into some of the lesser known teams. This particular one was Kremer and Motorsports. And after I bought this car, oh gosh, and I've had this car for a while, I had a terrible time even trying to figure out who Kremer was. There was so little information about this. This one from the Nürburgring in 2015. If you take a look at the packaging, it's your standard Spark packaging. It's got the slipcase sides. But if you'll notice, it's got a picture of the car racing in the background. Now, one thing with almost every Spark car that you've got, with the exception of their Formula One cars, the packaging is all the same. It's all venue specific. It's not team specific. This is definitely Kremer specific. Now, it is my suspicion that this car was never intended for retail sale. In fact, they made 400 of them, which is not a whole lot. This was the 50th out of 400. But it is my belief that these cars were intended to be given away to team members, perhaps even family members, VIPs, so forth and so on, associated with Kremer Motorsport. And this is a German team. Now, the next two cars are from GPX Racing, a team that probably everybody knows. This was just a test livery called the Club, one of the coolest cars I've got. And again, take a look at the box. Yeah, it looks like a standard Spark box, but it's livery and team themed. In fact, the front of it says Porsche GT3, GPX Racing, the club, Polar Card Practice. Take a look at the back of it, GPX Racing. Again, it is team specific, not venue specific. And this one was made in quantities. I have no idea how many. It's not listed. Now here's another one from GPX Racing. This one's celebrating their win of the Paul Ricard 10,000 meter in 2021. And again, you see Spark, and this one is more livery and theme specific. You see GPX Racing there. Take a look on the inside. It's got a picture of the car. The back of it shows the winning team, a picture of the car. Very, very cool. This one, again, I don't know what quantities it was made, much like the Polar Card Practice one. But again, it is team specific. Now this one's a Kremer Racing car from the Nürburgring in 2014. And it just screams Kremer. I mean, look at the inside of it. Pictures of the car, Mini Auto, Spark. You've got Kremer on the front of the base. And this one they may only made 300 of. This one being the 74th of those. It just screams Kremer Racing. Again, it is team specific, not venue specific. And this one's one of my favorite. This is Walkenhorst Motorsport, a team everybody knows. This is an old BMW back from 2015 in Nürburgring. Again, look at it. It is Walkenhorst Motorsport specific. It's all over the base. It's all over the back of the box. The rear, they made 999 of these, almost 1,000. And again, Walkenhorst Motorsport. Very unique, very different from your standard Spark car. Now, the last two that I'm going to show you are one that I have specifically released. In fact, this one about a week ago. This is a Hertz Porsche 911. Again, you look at it, standard Spark size. This from GPX Racing. Now, it was this car that really confirmed my suspicions about these commissioned cars, because the owner of this team, Canadian race driver himself, Jeremy Dale, reached out to me via email about this car, which he saw on my YouTube channel. They commissioned this car back in 2013, and he told me they made 3,000 of these. Now, it is not noted on the back of this how many they made, but this is what he told me. And this was a car that was produced for the team, for Hertz, and perhaps even Porsche. I suspect Porsche probably involved in this too. But this, again, was one of those, cars that looks like, it's a Spark model, but it just doesn't look like a Spark model. The packaging is different. It's team specific. It is not venue specific. And the last of these is one that I filmed this video before this one was supposed to ever come out, but YouTube screwed up and they released this one first. And I mentioned in that video, in this video, that I have, I've never even, reviewed this yet. Well, I deleted that video and I re-recorded it because, yes, you have seen it. And it was very, very popular. This one is from Duwo Racing by Hertz Motorsports. This was a one-off livery that they raced in Dubai in 2022. And as you can see, it is team specific. This is a Luxembourg-based team. You see the family shield in the background, fireworks, everything. Again, team specific. Dubai Autodrome, 24 hours. In fact, I commented that I've tried watching these 24-hour races, part of these this series that they have, and the commentary is good. The fields are small, but I got to tell you, the video production, I just think, are absolutely awful. I can only watch about 2 hours of it, and I really can't take it anymore. But anyhow, this was a really neat car, absolutely cool. Again, and this was a very recent acquisition. In fact, on the video that I did of this, I showed where you can buy it. It's available for 80. I believe it was for 80 pounds from their website. I don't know how many they have left, but they only made 200 of these. This is one of the smallest run cars I've ever seen of any model in my collection, limited edition, just 200. But again, this would be a commissioned car. It is not venue specific. It is team specific. So, hope you've enjoyed this. You found it interesting. If any of you have these team-specific cars? Let me know in the comment section. Greatly appreciate it. Take care, guys. See you next time.